Hello guys, welcome back. In the previous video, already we have seen the first approach to find factors of a number, and we already got to know the time complexity for that. The time complexity for that is order of n because it runs from 1 to the given number. Now if I just observe over here for this example 20, so we are starting from 1 and we are going until the value 20. But if you observe, apart from this value 20, the other highest factor is only 10. But after 10, then what is the purpose to iterate all these steps? So, which is of wasting the time. So, now here we came to one conclusion that if the number is even, apart from that given number, exactly half of the number would be the factor. Maybe if you consider odd number, so there might be a chance, of course, it would be less than the half. Then what is the purpose? You keep on checking the values, so which are greater than 10. So we know that after 10, except the value 20, there are no other factors. So maybe if I take the example for 100 also, so you basically start from 1, you go to so on until maybe you go for 50. So after 50, you'll not find any factors until the value 100. So then like after 50, if you find only one factor, then what is the purpose to go and check from 51, 52, so on until 99? So which is of wasting time. So what we'll try to do now in this respect to approach 2 is, so we'll try to go until the half and we'll try to print the value 100 at last. So in the same program in our Visual Studio, let's try to modify this code. So after this, so I'll go for I in range, start from 1. So we go until exactly half. So number by 2 would be exactly the half. So I want to include my half of the number also. So then I will say, maybe let's say if it is 100, so number by 2 would be 50. I also want to include 50. So you give 50 plus 1. So and then of course the same lines of code. So if so number modulus I double equals 0, you would just print the value of I giving end equal to some space. So let's try to run this code. Maybe I'll just want to separate it by some empty print statement. So why I'm just writing this empty print statement is, so in this print statement, we have end equal to new line. So that after you print all these numbers 1 to 12, I'll just print a new line followed by I'll print all these values. Let's try to understand now. Running the code. So giving the value 20. So now if you observe, we started from 1. So we went until the value 10. So after 10, we also need to print the value 20. So that 20, we would print exactly outside our for loop. So print our number. So let's once again run this code. So give the value 20. Yes, now we got our output. So running once again, so giving the value 12. So we got the output from 1 to 12. So this is how it works, guys. So if you observe what is the time complexity of this program, the time complexity of this program, we can say order of n by 2. So normally in time complexity calculations, wherever we see constants like 1 by 2, 1 by 3, or 3n, 4 and 5n, we'll try to ignore all those constants. But still, this is said to be order of n. But we know that 50% of the iterations now we have skipped. So this is how it works, guys. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.